Hey guys, so today I am showing you how to do this cold weather appropriate look, full face of course. To start though, I decided to do an under eye hydrating mask by Patchology. It was the first time I used these and I had a little bit of difficulty on the right side. As you can see, I was trying to adjust it so that it wasn't poking my eyeball out. Oh, don't mind Benny in the background. He stays there like pretty much the whole time. You wait 10 minutes for these masks and then you can take them off. And if you saw with the first one, you can see how hydrating it is underneath my eyes. After you take them off, you kind of just rub it gently in underneath your eyes just so you don't have any excess serum. I was pleasantly surprised at how these worked, but long-lasting effects are slim to none. Then I go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light as a eyeshadow base. I'm starting with my eyeshadows today, which is a rarity, but I decided to do that because I was using a lot of like dark colors and I was worried about fallout. So I'm just spreading this out with my finger. Just makes life a little bit easier, and it also, I feel like it helps warm the concealer and blend it out much easier. Once that's done, I'm going to go straight in with the Morphe Kathleen Lights palette. I'm going in with this matte white color to set my base concealer. I'm putting this everywhere. As you can see, I'm loading it on real good. I'm using kind of patting and swiping motions because I don't want to move the concealer around too much. This will help for any other colors that I put down. They won't look patchy and they will blend much nicer, because I do use a lot of colors. I'm going in with this dark brown shade now with a pencil brush, and I am forming my crease because I'm doing somewhat of a cut crease today. And this takes skill and precision. You don't want to play with the cut crease. Once I do that, I take this, I don't even know, it's like a PB Poop brown, and I blend that line out, making sure that I don't bring it below the darker brown color. As you can see, I'm doing it right on top and just blending it up towards my eyebrow. I just want to create a nice gradient from darkest to lightest up. Now I'm taking that black color, now that I have something down, and I'm going in with a smaller pencil brush, and I'm going over that brown color, mainly focusing it on the outer edge. As you can see, I don't go all the way in, I go about halfway in to my eye. And you're kind of just forming the line. You're not really worrying about blending until you take the dark brown color again and blend it out. As you can see, I'm going pretty slow with this because I really don't want to screw this up. Cut creases are not easy and they can easily be screwed up. Especially if you were planning on going with like a lighter color onto the lid. You gotta watch that. Just blending that black out so it doesn't look so stark on the eyes. And then I'll take also that baby poop brown, and I'll take that and go over everything too. I wasn't kidding when I said that there is a lot of blending back and forth when it comes to this. The end result's nice though, so don't worry. As long as you have the time, you're good. My forehead is humongo. Oh my god. I got like a 4.5 head. Not cute. There we go. Now I cut it out of the frame. That's better. At least you can't see it. It's an eyesore. Now I'm taking the e.l.f. Smudge Pot in Gotta Glow as a base, because I'm going to go in with some shimmer colors and I really want them to stand out. So I love to use these smudge pots for that exact reason. I'm taking the champagne color that Kathleen actually made, or inspired the color for it. It's not an original Morphe color, so that's exciting. And I'm putting that on the first half of the lid, and then I added also onto the outer half there. But then I like to go in with a darker gold color right next to it on the outer edge just to add some dimension. Now I'm just taking all of that and wiping it away, creating a nice little cat eye effect. Easy does it, right? Just making sure it was even, if you could tell. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Line Stiletto. I guess you could call it a liquid eyeliner in Blackest Black, and I am forming a wing. Do your wing however you would like. This is just how I do it. I start at the edge, make my little stencil, if you will, outline where I want my wing to start, to end, all that good stuff, and then I just fill that sucker in. I'm not a huge fan of the bigger wings, as you can tell, but you can definitely do that if you want. The only thing I'd suggest is to make sure that your wing touches the top crease. Now I'm going in with Laura Geller Spackle primer, treatment, whatever it's called, all over the face. For some reason, every time I touch my face, I get red, so don't mind that. I was getting in between my fingers with the primer. Now that that's on, I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. It's a 2-in-1 foundation concealer, so it definitely adds the coverage. I am in the shade Light Beige. Be careful with this foundation, it oxidizes like a mofo. So definitely go lighter than what you would intend to, because if you don't, you let it sit on your face for a good, I don't know, minute, and it's like 10 shades darker, it seems like. I am applying this using the BH Cosmetics Beauty Sponge, and this has been my favorite way to apply foundation since God knows how long. I love it. I love this sponge. Highly recommended. Make sure you get your neck, your ears, a lot of it, or else you'll be able to tell big time that you're wearing foundation if you can't already. And now I'm going in with the e.l.f. HD Concealer just to get the places where my foundation did not cover. Make sure you blend them in lightly. Don't smear them around because you'll just defeat the purpose. Now I'm going back in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I am highlighting to create a nice little contours type of situation. So bridge in the nose, between the eyebrows, on either side of the nostrils, on the cupid's bow, and on the chin, and then an upside down triangle underneath the eyes. Make sure you don't, do a little half moon shape under the eyes, otherwise it will emphasize your bags. This looks pretty scary before you blend it out, doesn't it? Now taking the same sponge, and I am blending all of that out, which helps too if you have the foundation still on the sponge a little bit, just from excess. It kind of makes everything more seamless and less like, okay, here's the highlight and here's the foundation, and that's the little line that separates the two. It's terrible. Make sure you get in the under eye area because you want everything to look good. For some reason, I went with the Anastasia Beverly Hills and the Ofra highlights, both in the banana shade. I don't know why. I think it's because I just had them both there, and I thought, I couldn't choose. I chose them both. And you're just getting everywhere where you highlighted. Just lather it on there. And now I'm taking the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in Medium Plus for the rest of my face. And I'm patting this in instead of swiping it over my face because it helps to soak up the excess foundation. It sits better on your skin and it adds some extra coverage. And then I just kind of take it on the outskirts with a little swipe here and there. I'm taking the Hoola bronzer by Benefit with a big fan brush that I've been loving lately for my cheekbones there, just to kind of hollow them out. And usually I switch my brushes, but today I was being lazy apparently, and I just went ahead and used that brush for the outside of my 4.5 head and on my jawline, on my nose, basically everywhere where you want to add some shadow. Now I'm taking the NYC loose powder. Obviously you can see I'm making a huge mess. And I'm going to bake my under eyes and everywhere I highlighted because I really don't want them to crease. And I want to emphasize that highlight too, so it's kind of a dual effect. I crease very easily and it's a pain in the butt, so I've been trying every possible way to prevent this. And this is like the only way that I feel like works for me. Even though I didn't highlight down there, I'm putting that underneath my bronzer just to make the contour on the cheekbones a little bit more defined. I'm letting that sit and I'm doing my eyebrows now with the NYX micro pencil in brunette, just because that way I can bake and I'm actually being productive at the same time. Just swiping all that away now, using the same brush I used for my banana highlight just because it's easier. Look at all that. Oh my goodness, it's crazy, but it works. It makes your skin look airbrushed. Because I didn't want to swipe all that powder into my eyebrows after putting on eyebrow mascara, I did that afterwards. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow in their brunette shade. Now I'm using the Benefit blush in Rocketeur, or however you say it. It's a really nice cold weather color, and I was really feeling it. Now I'm taking the BECCA and Jaclyn Hill face palette. I am mixing both Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop, putting that on my high cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose, and then on my Cupid's bow. I love this highlight so much. Now I'm going in to do my under eyes, taking that gold color but not the lightest, the one that we used on the outer corner. And I'm going right in on the inner half of my lid, or my lower lash line. Now I'm taking that darker brown shade and I'm putting that in my outer half of the lower lash line, making sure that I connect the two. I don't want any like stark white in between the shades on top and the shades on the bottom. I'm doing the same thing but with a darker shade, and then I am using also a more defined brush. That way I can really get into that lower lash line. And now just on the outer third, I'm taking that black color because I don't want to go all the way in. It'll close my eyes and I don't really like that look. It makes them look really small. And then I'm going back in and blending that out with the brown shade that's left on the brush. There's no additional product, but I'm using whatever's left on that pencil brush that I used prior. Really gotta get in there. I'm really trying to work on not opening my mouth when I do this stuff. It's very hard. See, there it is. See, I caught myself though. I just love to blend everything out. It looks so much better and it kind of creates a new color. Now I'm going in with that lighter gold color for the inner corners on the bottom there. And on the brow bone, because I didn't do that before because my brows weren't done, you know? Getting all up in there. This is a Real Techniques brush. It's one of their, I forget what it's called, detail brush, I guess. This is the Essence Lip Liner in Soft Berry. I'm just lining my lips and filling them in a little bit. I'm not going all the way in, but just enough so that when I go in with my liquid lipstick, it doesn't look weird. And for liquid lipstick, I'm using Lolita by Kat Von D. But if you don't have that or you can't afford it, because it is pretty expensive, I bought it as like a gift to myself a long time ago, and it was like 20 bucks. It was a treat. You can use the ColourPop Lippy in Mosh Pit. It's exactly the same, and it's a fraction of the price. This is the Covergirl Clump Crusher Mascara. I'm going in with a few coats, but I only show you one because that's just too much. And I did add also the Ardell Wispies. I cut them in half and I put them on the outer corners, or outer lash line there, because I didn't need them all and I really wanted to emphasize my wing. And this is it. Don't forget to set. I forgot to show that part. I set with the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Very important. And have a great day. Thank you.